Hello friends, welcome to Study Center, and in this video you are going to study and derive the equations of motion using the graphical method. In the previous video you have already, I hope so, you have watched the previous video and you have done what are the graphs and the distance versus time graphs as well as the velocity versus time graphs. These two graphs I have already discussed in the last video, and what are the things that we can obtain from these graphs that also I have discussed. So in this video we are going to derive the equations of motion. There are three basic equations of motion that we are going to derive in this video. So watch the video till the end. So friends, are you ready to start? So here we are going to start the equations of motion of graphical method. So graphical method is a very easy and very usable method using which we can get a lot of things. So over here what we are going to learn is the equations relating the velocity. A velocity can be both initial and final, acceleration, and the distance covered in a certain time interval, particular time interval we are talking about, and that will be for a uniformly moving object which is moving with a uniform motion. So we are going to derive till the end of the video these three basic equations, which are also called the kinematic equations. That name is not given right now in your textbook, but soon when you will come to higher standards you will come to know that it is actually the name that is called kinematic equations. They are kinematic equation. Kinematics is one of the branch of physics that you will encounter later. So for time being we are going to focus on the three basic equations. This is the first equation, v is equals to u plus at. So let us just be familiar with the terms. v will be over here your final velocity, u is the initial velocity, a is the acceleration, and t is the time period. Then coming to the second equation, we have s is equals to ut plus half at square. So over here s is the distance travelled by the object in the time interval t, u is the initial velocity, once again 1 by 2 is constant, and the third equation is s is equals to v square minus u square. Here v and u and s, you know what are these. So these are the three basic equations that we are going to derive. So stay tuned and watch the video to derive these equations. So first of all, let us start with the introduction of the graph from which we are going to derive all those equations. So over here we have a velocity time graph, and from this graph, as you can see, this AB line, it is the line that is representing our graph or motion of the object, and the object is moving with initially with the velocity u and final velocity v, and the time interval we have taken over here is t. So at the time interval we have taken the final velocity, and at time t is equals to 0. So over here the time will be equals to 0, from where we are going to start our calculations. So as you can see over here from O to C, so here O to C is our time, that is describing our time period, and BD, as you can see, it is the velocity change, because how can you measure the velocity change? Finally it was v and initially it was u, so final minus initial will be your velocity change, and that's why it would be v minus u, and that is actually this BD. Now as you already know, from velocity time graph what we can extract, what we can find from the slope of the velocity time graph. The answer to this question is acceleration. Yeah, you have already watched the previous video and you know that from velocity time graph you can find out the acceleration of the object. Generally the acceleration is the change in velocity divided by the time. So over here as you saw in the graph, the change in velocity is BD. BD was v minus u, and hence BD divided by OC. OC was our time interval. So from here what we get is A is equals to BD by T, and BD is equals to AT. So it is the first equation. From, it's not first equation, it's just a first conclusion that we got. Then further we are going to calculate. So let us now see what happens next. Now once again look at the graph. Over here you can see this line BC. How can you divide this line BC? You know that we can write it as BC can be equals to BD plus CD, right? It can be equals to BD plus CD. And what is BD? BD BD you have just calculated, and CD is actually equals to OA, and as it is parallel, so it is also equals to OA. So that CD would be is equals to OA, and that OA is U actually, right? OA is the initial velocity U. So what the equation becomes now? That is BC is equals to BD plus CD, and CD is actually equals to OA. So that would be V is equals to, BC is V. BC is the whole one, so it is V, and it is BD plus U, OA is U. And now V will be is equals to BD. We already derived that BD is equals to AT, and that's why V is AT plus U. That can be written formally in the other form, that is V is equals to U plus AT. So it will be your equation number 1, and you have derived the first kinematics equation. Now the next equation is the second equation, that is S is equals to UT plus half AT square. So that is the equation for the position time relation. The most important thing before deriving, you must know that what does the area under VT graph, VT is velocity time graph, gives. So it gives the distance traveled by the object. You know that slope under the VT graph is the acceleration, but the area under VT graph is the distance traveled by the object. So this is the main formula that we are going to use to deriving the next equation. So AB is the graph which is describing the motion of the object. So what is the area under this graph? So area under this graph that will come is this whole area. It will be the whole area that will calculate it. And when we will find the area of this graph, what we will get is the distance traveled by the object. So how can we find the area of under this graph? So the most basic things, that here you can see two different shapes. Here is a triangle. Here you can see a triangle, and here you can see a rectangle. So using these two shapes you can find out the area. The triangle ABD, area of ABD, plus you will add the area of OADC. So these are the two areas. When you will find the area of these two shapes, which are very easy to find, I hope, and next you will add both the areas so that you can get the distance. Okay, then now let us find out S area under OABC, that is the distance. So area under OABC would be area of rectangle OADC plus area of triangle ABD. So simple, right? Now maybe if you forgot that how to find the area of rectangle and triangle, let me remind you. Area of rectangle is L into B, that is length into breadth, and area of triangle can be found out by half into base into height. So one more area that we are going to use is the area of trapezium, h by 2a plus b, where h is the basically that perpendicular, and a and b are the two parallel sides of the trapezium. So it is the formula for the area of trapezium. So remember this formula because we are going to use it also in the further third equation. Okay, now we had the rectangle OADC. So area of that rectangle will be length into breadth. So OA is the length and OC is the breadth. You can see from the graph initially. Then the area of triangle, half into AD into BD. AD is the base and BD is the height. So from graph you've already extracted that OA was U, OC, and AD was parallel to OC. That's why it was also equals to T. BD, that the first thing that you derived, BD is equals to AT. So now we are going to place all these values in this equation. In this equation we have to place all these values. What we will get? S OA is equals to U, OC is T, and half AD you have to place T, and in place of BD you will take AT. So simply when you will write it in the nice written form, so that would be equals to S is equals to UT plus half AT square, and that is only the second equation of motion that you wanted to derive, right? So let us now proceed to the third equation. Now for deriving the third equation we are going to use a simple thumb rule that area under velocity time graphs gives you the distance traveled by the object. But what is difference in the second equation derivation and third equation is there you have considered two different shapes, triangle and rectangle. Over here you have to consider a single shape that you can see over here is a trapezium. So that trapezium we are going to use, and by using the trapezium we will find the area. As you saw, the area of trapezium, formula for area of trapezium is h by 2 a plus b. So over here, what is h? H is the perpendicular side, a and b are the two parallel sides. A and B, you can see over here, parallel sides are OA and BC. OA and BC are going to be your A and B, and H is OC. OC is perpendicular, right? OC, you can see it is perpendicular to BC. That's why it will be your height. So however you got all these things. Now let us put it in the equation. So that's how you got over here equation for position velocity relation. It is the third equation that we want to derive, and over here we are going to use S is equals to area of OABC, which is a trapezium, and trapezium area can be found out by, as you saw, OA and BC were the two parallel sides. OC was found to be the perpendicular side, so that we are going to put all those things. OC, you know, it is T, OA was U, and BC was V. By putting all these things, we will get T by 2 U plus V. So it is the one equation that we got. Now we have to do one more thing, that from equation 1 what we have derived is V is equals to U plus AT. That was your first kinematics equation that you have to derive. But over here, from here you can get this equation also from time. T is equals to V minus U divided by A. So you just have to substitute this value of time in this equation. So when you will substitute this value in this equation, what you will get is S is equals to V minus U into V plus U, right? It is V plus U only, and it is V minus U. Divide by 2, and over here from A we will get 2A in division. The equation finally you got is, when this 2A will be multiplied to S, you will get 2AS is equals to V square minus U square, which is your final equation, third equation that you gonna derive. Okay, I hope this derivation of the equations, motions is completely clear. If still you have any query, put it in the comment box, and stay tuned to our channel. Subscribe for the more notifications so that you will be notified every time the video is uploaded. Thank you, and keep learning, keep helping others also.